He's hoping this will be a little bit better. I think it's working. I can see some little buttons on my screen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here at Singapore Tier 2 action coming to you from AUSF1. A very late call up. I do apologise. We have started a little bit late, halfway through qualifying. And as you can see, it looks a little bit murky, but it might actually be dry right now. So let's get this all set up and ready to rumble. Need to get my screens going. Alrighty, where are we? What do we want? We want a track map. We want to bring up some timing stuff. Don't worry about the telemetry. There you go. Alrighty, well, here we are. We have got Tier 2 action coming to you from Singapore. 17 drivers in. And let me know if anyone is out there listening right now, if you can hear me all right. Hopefully it's coming through loud and clear. Let's get out on track and see who is doing the bizzo. We'll jump on with Simo to start proceedings for us tonight at least. And I'm just having a look to see. We are actually at the crossover of inters to soft. So I don't think these times are going to be representative, only because my little trickery here tells me that rain is stopping and the soft tyres may actually be a little bit quicker than the inters right now. So let's see what happens with tyres and so forth and what everyone's going to do. But hopefully all is cool in the zoo as we follow through qualifying. There we go. Simo with a 40.379 go to the top of the timing charts. Zilla is not on a lap. Lorenzbro not either. Who's on an outlap? We'll follow Hendo. Where is Hendo? Oh no, he's still a fair way away. Who else have we got on an outlap? Toddy. Apparently the boys were saying this guy is the favourite for pole position tonight. Let me just make sure everything's actually working. Because I'm the only one watching. Well, we've got the Napsty in there, so g'day to you. Hopefully everything's coming through loud and clear. Like I said, a very late setup of the stream. We will follow on board with Toddy. I believe he's our championship leader. My mouse is a little bit pookies tonight, so if I get frustrated with the bugger, you'll know what it is. So Toddy now, let's get on board, even better. So he will make his way through sector number 1. He's currently sitting on a 42.995. I expect him to be into the 39s at the very least. Batman, Baja, how are you lads? Hopefully all is well in Twitch land for you guys. I do apologise, it is going to be a little bit of a make-do stream, literally with minus 8 minutes notice. Thought I'd set her up and get some viewing action out there for you guys. I was going to be driving here tonight, maybe be driver number 18, but hey, it's Singapore, CBF, that's what I say. Let's get on board with Toddy now as he comes through into sector number 2. Makes his way over the bridge, gets on the anchors, probably the hardest braking point. There you go, 39.7 from Bevo. We will stay on board with Toddy though. We can see some soft tyres out there as well, so a few people decided not to do a lap in Suts and Verks and come out and pop on a set of soft tyres. Toddy though now through the final sector. Sebi, how are you mate? Hopefully I gave you a lot of reading material there tonight. We shall chat after tonight's race. But just on board now, through the last couple of corners comes Toddy. He will cross the line. I said in the 39s, eat that he says, up into the 38s. But there are some soft runners out there. Let's have a look at Voida on the soft compound of tyre. I think will be the first lap. It will be the first soft running lap, and there it is. DRS has been enabled. So anything that anyone has done up until this point is going to be completely useless because the times are going to come absolutely bucketing down. It will be pretty low. Don't hit buy. Do not hit buy yet. We got to talk before you hit buy. Do not hit buy. Alrighty. How is Voida looking? Napsy, hello mate. Sorry, I just saw the wave out there. Hopefully you can enjoy tonight's stream. We're gonna have some good racing, and I can tell you, I can see the weather forecast for the race. Trust me, lads, you do not want to miss this, as Voida has invalidated, unfortunately. Who have we got? Verks. Oh, has Verks done his lap? Let's have a look. He may have done his lap. Let's have a look, see how is he looking. No, he's going nice and slow, so he's only a tenth and a half down. It might be a tenth and a half down his previous lap. Was not on board with him. Let's go to Ghost Rider. How's he looking coming through the final sector on a set of soft tyres? Oh no. Oh yes or no? Oh no. 33, 34. He will take, there it is, provisional pole position, 135. So these times are just going to come down and down and down and down. Everyone in the pits, other than Ghost Rider, who's just finished his lap. Cash Mash, who is on an out lap. Let's get on board with him. And just as we're chilling out, it sounds like Seb buying new toys. He most definitely is buying new toys. He's going to get even quicker than what he already is. Same thing I helped you out with, Batman. And pretty much everyone else in this bloody community. So here we go. A few coming out. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go in this session. It is literally going to be a one-shot qualifying. With the rain through the first part of qualifying, drying up enough for some soft tyres. This Cash Mash gets a little bit of heat into them, so he can get them at the optimum temperature to complete. Like we said, this one-shot qualifying, they did 16 minutes of sitting on their hands, bit of inters running, and now Cash Mash with the first, well, the second, it will be the second soft running lap. He makes his way through sector number 1. He'll be loving the grip that he's got now compared to his last run of 42.7. I'm expecting him at least 5, 6 or 7 seconds quicker than that is for sure. Don't mind those notifications either. Didn't have time to set the stream up to get rid of them. I do apologise. So there you go. Already 2.7 seconds up on his previous best. There's Cash Mash now coming through the second sector. Yeah, like I said, guys, stay tuned for some interesting weather. Based on what I'm seeing, we're going to have a bit of everything. We're going to have some sun, well, nighttime sun, so clear to cloudy to very cloudy to wet to clear to wet. So have fun. That's all I'm going to say. 6.9 seconds up is Cash Mash on his 1 minute 42. He's on for a 36. It's going to be provisional pole, no doubt about it. Let's see how he goes now through the final sector. Oh, I can see a few people invalidating as well. Hendo's invalidated his lap, so I'm not sure he's going to come around. There it is, Cash Mash done and dusted. Let's get on with Verks. Where's Verks? Oh, he's just started his lap. Scotty, where are you, sunshine? Up into P4 he goes. Bevo. Actually, let's go with our main man, Toddy, who's just starting his lap. We've got a Haas going around. Is that Botanical Bot? Let's have a look. It is. All right, Botanical Bot, 2.6 seconds up. He's going to need quite a bit more than that. As I can see, another invalidation there. C45. Which car's the C45? I've got no idea. Yeah, Batman, I agree with you, mate. The rain is actually all right. It's not too punishing. Doesn't make you sweat and fret and feel like you got to clench your butt cheeks, you can just drive it. It's actually pretty good. Just drive it a bit slower, I think. As here comes Botanical Bot now through the final corner, comes across the line. There it is, 32-1, and these times they're just going to keep coming down. There it is, Zilla goes next fastest. How is Toddy looking? Oh, he's going to be the last one across the line. So we've got a Mercedes coming around. Hendo's just finished his lap. Good luck staying up to date with all of these. There is... Oh, Protean, I don't know that name. Protean Group. Oh, Verks just goes top of the pops. Where is... I want to sit with Toddy. There you go. Maniac in the Red Bull. Sebi will be loving that. Provisional pole for him. Toddy through the final couple of corners. He takes provisional pole, and it might actually be pole position. Ghost Rider's done. Oh, that's it. They're all done. Dusted. Jeepers, that killed it very quickly. Holy shit. Well, there it is. Toddy, pole position, 12 thousandths, ahead of Maniac, ahead of Verks from Zilla. Simo, Scotty up into the top 10. Lorenzbro in 7th. Logan in 8th. Protean Group. I don't know you, Protean. I do apologise in advance, mate. I don't think we've crossed paths. My name is Slammer. Pleased to meet you. Bevo rounding out the top 10, followed by Botanical Bot, Nat Hammer, Voider, Cashmash, Ghost Rider, Hendo, Suts, with no time. Bang, just like that. Qualifying done and dusted. Into the race we go. They did say, I was with a few of the drivers just before, just making sure I can get an invite in here, and everyone was saying, no, it's going to be Toddy, it's going to be Toddy. Well, he's held up the first part of the bargain, and that is put himself on the front, not only on the front row, at the front of the front row. And as promised, clear conditions to start proceedings. If we're on approximate weather, it could change. If we're on perfect weather, then this is going to be very, very interesting. Going on in Twitch oh, my mouse is broken. Let's not worry about it. Alrighty, so everyone getting their setups. Do they go dry? Do they go wet? Oh, a lot of people go 50-50 around here anyway. It's usually max wing for a lot of people. Some people decide they want a little bit more straight line speed, so they just clip a little bit of front and wing off and hopefully make the car turn another way. I can see Toddy had the fastest sectors in Sector 1 and Sector 3, was behind in Sector 2 by just a 10th of a second. Right, there we go. 5 red lights are about to go. That's 4. That is 5. It's lights out, and we are off and racing here in Singapore. Toddy gets a good start. The Maniac has dropped behind a little bit. Verk and Maniac just battling it out, but it is Maniac who maintains his second position, and he does flow through. They go in single file, which is what we want to see through the opening part of the race, and everything looks to be okay, other than we've got Protean Group who is around. Don't see any damage there, but he has had a little bit of an issue, and he's dropped down right to the back of the grid. Let's bring up some lap data, get rid of that stuff, and hopefully we are all cool. Doesn't seem to be any damage there on Protean Group. Ghost Rider just dropping back a little bit as well, but at the front it is Maniac right on the coattails of Toddy. Verk sitting just behind as well from Zilla in 4th position. So these guys now will be going around in a nice orderly fashion, hopefully. We have a look at the tyres for now, because I'm sure Sebi's going to ask me very shortly. There we go. Hard tyres is the majority call. Zilla on the mediums. He's going to look to try and make those last as long as possible because there is a little bit of rain coming in about 30 minutes time, and we might, well, it's going to go rain to a lot of rain. Let's just say that towards the end of this race. So I'm not sure those hard tyres are going to last all the way to the end. Let's see how we go. Zilla in P4. Our movers and shakers so far, we've had Botanical Bot with a magnificent start. Up 4, as is Nat Hammer and Voider. Fantastic work. Hendo up 5 positions. Logan's dropped a couple. Bevo we've seen dropped a few as well. And Protean with those issues at the start. He has put himself down into P16 and he'll look to try and make his way back through the grid. Plenty of opportunity through the night tonight, guys. We've got a bit of a mixed strategy at the top. Well, we've got top 3 on hard, Zilla on the mediums, as you can see. Then the next 3, Simo, Scotty and Botanical Bot on the hards. Rounding out the top 10 would be Nat Hammer, Logan and Voider. And already at the front, Toddy said, sayonara. Thanks for coming. See you later. We've had a little bit of a collision, it looks like, between Voider and Hendo, and Protean Group also having a little bit of a problem. Let's go back down there to see. Protean and Suts going side by side. Don't really want to do too that with a bit of an ass kicker there on the McLaren of Protean Group. Suts doesn't want to give it up. Someone's going to have to give it up side by side through these quarters. Still side by side as they make their way through the hairpin. And these guys, they're just battling for a 15th position. Bit of pride at stake for them, and it is Suts who manages to get just ahead. And Protean will chip in just behind. No, he's going to have another look around the outside. Great battling here at the rear of the grid. They have dropped 2 seconds off the train, but so far so good. Everyone is still alive as we go back to the top, and we can see Verks has passed through into P2 on Maniac. Yeah, my data's telling me 25 minutes, mate. But if it's on approximate, yeah, it could be now or it could be later. Who knows? But Toddy just showing that he deserves to be in Tier 1. Sorry, Toddy. With Verks and Maniac just behind. So these guys, all 3 on the hard compound of tyres. Zilla in P4, where we can see Maniac just almost pushing the RB of Verks along until he gets into the dirty air and then has to just sit back a little bit. See a little bit of action going on for P6 and 7. Botanical Bot gets the move done on Scotty. And Botanical now has dropped 3 seconds off the second lead pack. It contains Verks all the way through to Simo in P5. Then there's a 3-second gap to Botanical Bot from Scotty. Just behind him, Nat Hammer as well. Fantastic start from him. Looks like there may have been a little bit of a touchy-feely between Scotty and Botanical Bot. 3 times, if I'm honest. See Hendo now on Logan, just sitting in behind. So a little bit of training going on here. There's we're going to have a bit of side-by-side action coming through the last complex of corners. No, single file we go. So let's look back up to the top. Let's get on board with Maniac now. That coming through the turn here will get to open up his rear wing. A little bit too much distance away for his DRS to have much of an impact. 6/10 away. We'll drop to 5, maybe 4.5. Yeah, spot on. We get to the braking zone. Not enough though. That dirty air just pushes him back before he can get on the gas and try and catch him. We'll just ride on board a little bit longer until we get to the next DRS zone. You guys can see exactly what this dirty air is capable of, and it's capable of basically making it very difficult to drive. So on with Maniac, make their way over the bridge, coming up into the hard braking zone. So important to get a good exit out of here. Verks takes off into the distance a little bit. We heard the little beep of Maniac's DRS activation going. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there from Maniac, but not too bad. Hasn't lost touch. Again, beep, it goes. DRS activated, but still not close enough for a passing opportunity, just helping him not lose touch with Verks ahead. As we say that, Toddy said, see you later. He's off into the distance. And a little bit of movement down between 12 and P13. Cash Mash, Logan, Voider having a little bit of a battle away. They are forming part of the, well, I'll call it the second group. The first driver, Toddy said, checked out. P2 to P5 in a little group of their own, and then Botanical Bot in P6 now, dropping 5 and a bit seconds off the pace down to Logan. Oh no, Void has caught back up, so that'll take us all the way down into P14. Hopefully Suts, let's get on board with him for a little bit. Oh, perfect timing, Suts, as he comes around, trying to get it across the DRS, so trying to catch up that 1 second, loses the rear end. A little bit of a yellow flag, and unfortunately for Suts, wasn't able to just keep it on. Maybe got on the power a little bit too early, maybe hit the battery, who knows. It was great timing by me. Sorry, Suts, didn't mean to put the Moz on your sunshine. So, looking at my little radar, we are down to 15 minutes before rain comes, it's telling me. 30 minutes before storms come. Which means our friends in P4 and 5, the Aston Martins of Zilla and Simo, if they come in at the same time, and it is 15 minutes away, mind you, so, you know, still a bit to go, but there are fears of double stacking going on through here. So Maniac now again, just right up the rear clacker there. See Hendo's had a little bit of a push and shove. Logan gets himself a 3-second penalty, the first one. I wonder if that had something to do with the contact that he had. FW, so it was, yeah, a little bit of contact there was between Hendo and Logan. Logan's managed to get past, but he does get himself a bit of a pen. And that 3 seconds will be added to his time at the end of the race, as well as any additional, hopefully he does not get, but that he may get. Doesn't seem to be any damage there for Hendo. Let's have a look at Logan as he makes his way through this second sector. Just seems to have all his bits in the right places. So happy days there for Logan. Scotty now right on the back of Botanical Bot. He's a patient bugger, is Scotty. Missed the consistency, that is for sure. Right, taking requests for anyone that's listening out there. Any requests that you want, let me know. Doing this for the people, by the people. There's Verks still maintaining that little gap to Maniac behind the Red Bull driver. No doubt we'll have Sebi in his ear, telling him what's going on the stream. Zilla on those medium tyres at 6 laps old. What sort of percentage we're looking at? Okay. I wonder if that's accurate. Whatever it is, I'm not telling you. Botanical Bot now has dropped 7 seconds behind the lead group. Scotty just sitting in behind. Nat Hammer just choosing to stay with them as well, as is Logan, who, like we said, is carrying that 3-second penalty. Back to the front of the grid. Actually, let's get down to the bottom. Let's have a look to see what's happening between Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider's pushing in on Bevo a little bit, who's holding Void Cornet a little bit accountable for his actions. And they are both on the back of Lorenzbro in the Ferrari after a great outing last week for Lorenzbro, picking up a podium, I believe, at Zandvoort after his TP completely dropped him in the poop. Got rid of him, and he says, thank you, Sebi. I'll take a podium with Ferrari. That's exactly what he's done. And he'll be hoping for more of the same. We have still got plenty to go. 24, 23 laps to go at the end of this one. with weather on the horizon. It will rain, ladies and gents. I'm telling you now, it is going to rain. Just how long until it comes? We can see Zilla has dropped off now a little bit, so we had an issue there with Zilla. Just dropped 3.5 seconds off. And that's put paid to his ability to stay up. I wonder if it's those medium tyres. I doubt it, because they're actually still not too bad at all. So I think it's the tyres which are killing him. Maybe he's come across a bit of an issue. His car looks to be intact. Both end plates are there. Everything's looking nice. Lovely views as well that these helicopter view. I love the views that this gives sometimes as they make their way through this second sector, opening up the rear wing, flying down, and we can see Maniac still not putting too much pressure on Verks just ahead of him. Toddy's just keeping that 3-second lead, so hasn't extended it really too much more. Wondering if he's just saving a little bit of tyre or just conserving, not sure, but Toddy just maintaining that 3-second gap that he built quite early to the rest of the field. Maniac just sitting in there behind Verks from Simo in P4, Zilla in P5. And I can tell you, there's a couple of drivers who are right on the precipice of 3-second penalties. There's a few of them. So they may be coming thick and fast as we check the movers and shakers. Botanical Bot up 5, Nat Hammer up 4, Hendo up 7. Alrighty. So just flowing through now. Nose to tail, we can see Ghost Rider and Bevo just swapping positions. Ghost Rider taking P14. Bevo dropping down to P15, so those hard tyres should be better than the mediums right about now. And with 22 laps to go at the end of this one, and about, I reckon about 10 minutes until it starts pissing down rain. So it's a matter of, can these medium tyres hold out until the heavens open up? Who knows? So it is the issue we're going to have is Simo and Zilla. You see Zilla just dropping back a little bit, and he might have enough of a gap there to avoid too much damage on the double stack. Could be a smart play here from Zilla, actually. Just dropping back a little bit, making sure that he maintains position ahead of Botanical Bot, by also making sure that he doesn't get held up in the pits for a double stack, because that would be terrible. We know how hard it is to pass around this place, especially if you haven't got a tyre delta or an advantage. And I think what you're going to find is once the heavens do open up, everyone will be on the same tyres. It's whether they choose to go the inters or the wets. Engineers will be talking to their drivers, saying, Slammer's got some inside info. It's going to rain, but he's just not telling us how much it's going to rain. Do I go the inters or do I go the wets? Stay tuned, we'll find out. As we can see, Verks still just 3 and a bit seconds behind Toddy. So just maintaining, only eking it out a little bit. Maniac in P3, Simo behind him in P4. Then a little bit of a gap there to Zilla in 5th. Then a bigger gap. Botanical Bot 9 seconds off the pace from Zilla. Scotty just sitting in behind on Botanical Bot. And the Alpine of Scotty, Mr. Consistency, going round, racking up the points left, right and centre. Nat Hammer has also just dropped off a little bit. So Couple of cars in the top 10 for Sebi's Red Bulls, P3 and P8. It's imminent. It's coming. It's Lorenzbro and Cashmash have a little bit of a swap around. Logan gets the move done on, he's going to go 2-3 wide, maybe even, as they come through into sector number 2 towards the start of it. Just jostling for a bit of position, and it is the Ferrari of Lorenzbro just ahead of Cashmash, but sitting on the back of the Red Bull of Nat Hammer, and I reckon Lorenzbro is going to want to try and get through on his old teammate sooner rather than later, especially with the rain coming. I think a few of the drivers will be jockeying for position. The engineer will be saying rain's imminent in the next 10 minutes. That's what it says. It says it for about 3 hours sometimes. But it is coming, not far away. The Ferrari of Lorenzbro almost pushing Nat Hammer through the corners. And Nat Hammer with the Herculean effort trying to keep that Ferrari at bay as they come into the final sector. We know it can get a little bit slippery on this side of the track. We have another jockey for position. That's Protean from Bevo, so he gets the move done on him, puts himself up into P15. And it won't be long now, guys. We'll see how accurate this... Oh, it is an approximate, actually. Just having a look, it does tell me it is approximate weather, so... Interesting. Right. And I have noticed it's changed quite a bit. Let's just say there is still rain coming. So Lorenzbro finally gets the move done on Nat Hammer. He's been pushing and pushing, and he's going to have to watch out because Cashmash there in the Haas. He's going to want to have a piece of that, a little bit of piece of that Red Bull as well. Nat Hammer now falling outside of the top 10. Lorenzbro now looking to try and take advantage of DRS on Logan. Logan doesn't have DRS, so he'll be a bit susceptible to that rear wing opening up. So very, very interesting times ahead. And is that rain? I can see a pitter. Who's that? Simo. Simo's in. All right, let's keep an eye. It is raining. There you go. Raindrops are falling on the head. And it is intermediate tyres there for Simo. He's going to look to try and take advantage of it early doors. We know here in Singapore, it can absolutely bucket it down at the drop of a hat. So the jockeying has happened. The pitters are in. Now it's going to get interesting. Those barriers are going to come ever closer. Closer and closer and closer. To stay on board with Burks now as he tries to hold off Maniac behind. Maniac's going to want to try and push up to him. Tactical Bot now has elevated himself into P4. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I think there's going to be a flurry of more activity into the pits as this rain is coming. And Inters is the tyre of choice for those that have pit. Simo, has he made the right move by going early? What's Toddy going to do? Let's get on board with him. We'll see if he comes into the pits. Ooh, we can see that arse end sliding around. The hard tyres are the worst tyres. Used hards will be the worst at this point, and this will tell us how bad they are if Toddy decides he wants to come in. Looks like he's veering off to the left. He most certainly is. So there it is. I reckon that'll be everyone now. Here comes Verks, here comes Maniac, here comes everyone. So we're going to have a full grid of intermediate tyres, I reckon. Let's see, is Hendo going to do the same? A little bit behind. And Botanical Bot, what's he doing? Into the pits does... Oh, is he coming in? Yes, he most definitely is. Of course he is. There you go, they're all in, and that is the Aston Martin of Simo, who, let's keep an eye on, P5 for now. Where does it bring him out relative to the rest of the grid? Simo up into P4. So I think we're all in. Just waiting on Suts and Ghost Rider to also make their move, but it is intermediate tyres for now. And the rain is here. And I can tell you, she's going to get stronger, ladies and gents. She's going to get a little bit stronger. Definitely not wet conditions, though, that's for sure. Just a little bit of a pitter-patter. As Simo, who did go early, not sure where he was. Should have paid attention to what position he was in. There it is. DRS has been disabled. Everyone is on a set of wet tyres. Well, inters. Wet weather tyres, we'll call them. And now, the second phase of this race begins as the intermediate tyres take over. See what sort of wear these tyres are getting. So who dares wins now? We'll get on with Hendo. Seems to be the closest to anyone, who's right up the back there of Nat Hammer. They've both got the jump of Lorenzbro as well. So Nat Hammer did go in. It looks like he went in a lap earlier than Hendo and Lorenzbro, and manages to jump them both after they got him on track in the laps leading up to the rain coming. So seems to have made the move at the perfect time. Did Nat Hammer. Logan as well. Simo and Zilla, I think they've kept that position. Scotty got the jump on Botanical Bot by coming in a lap early too. So, yeah, not much overtaking on the track. Plenty of overtaking through the pits though, as the drivers have decided. Ooh, as we get our second 3-second warning, and it goes to the same person that had the first one in Logan. So 6 seconds of penalties now to Logan, as we can see. That'll drop him down a few spots if it was to stay as it is. I can always guarantee you though, it will not be staying as it is. This is Singapore and it's raining, so anything can happen. And the other thing I'm not sure of is if these tyres make it home. So we'll see. Doesn't look like it's going to dry up before the end of the race. As a matter of fact, it looks like it might even get a bit wetter. So Botanical Bot will just ride with these guys for a bit, as Botanical Bot now will look to try and make his move on Scotty. Will not have the advantage of DRS now, after race control has disabled it for us. So no DRS, pure pace and a little battery conservation as well, I think, is what's going to see it done, together with no mistakes, because this place is susceptible to a mistake or 10. So Verks up in P2, Maniac in P3. They are chasing Scotty, Toddy. Scotty Toddy. Toddy's just running away with it. He's just going to be hoping that everyone just keeps it on track. He's going to hope that Bert Mylander doesn't come out and stuff it up for him. And he's going to be hoping to see this through to the end. We have just gone over halfway as well, ladies and gents. So first half of the race, it was dry. Second half of the race should be wet. As Hendo now picks up, he's the second driver to pick up the penalty. And those 3 seconds are not going to help. They'll be added to his finishing time at the end of the race. We won't be able to serve that one. As we'll just get on board. Let's get on board with Maniac for a bit. Let's just see how he's adapting to these conditions. Are there any places where he might be able to see a little bit of weakness from Verks ahead? Oh, as Maniac gets a little bit slip-slidey on the exit there, and that's something that can happen. Rear limited on the exits, and there you go, on the throttle, nice and smooth. Keeping it nice and cool, calm and collected. nice work from these two, just keeping it nice and clean. They managed to get over a second ahead of Simo, who's sitting in P4. Zilla in P5 just dropped off the pace again. And Toddy is off into the distance. Once again, Maniac now picking up a 3-second penalty. Oh no, I can already hit Sebi. Stop screaming. Seb, stop screaming, stop shouting. I can hear you from here, mate. You're about 30 k's away from me and I can hear you screaming. As his driver, Maniac, picks up a 3-second penalty. So he's going to want to try and extend that gap over Simo, who's currently sitting in P4. In the field, just starting to spread a little bit. Botanical Bot is probably the closest of all, sitting on the back of Scotty there. Scotty, you reckon Scotty knows? Scotty doesn't know. Scotty knows, of course he knows. There we go, the penalties are going to just start coming left, right and centre. Protean picks up a pen. 3 seconds for him. Botanical Bot is going to look to try and get up into the top 6. It's just getting a bit of rear end happiness there. And again, this lovely helicopter shot through the reins of Singapore. Through the slowest corner, through the hairpin, and onto the gas nice and early. And Botanical Bot is going to look to try and close up that gap. Nothing he can do there though, especially without the DRS. It'll make it very, very difficult for Botanical Bot. He's probably going to be waiting for Scotty to make a mistake, and I think we all know those are very few and far between. For Mr. 793, a little bit of a tap there from Botanical Bot on the barrier. I'm sure we've all done that numerous times. Oh, it's getting slippery and slidey now, that is for sure. And I can see the strength of the rain is getting a little bit more. We can see the circuit just starting to glass up even more than what it already has been. I wonder how long it's going to be before we start getting some puddles on the road. And drivers may be thinking about popping on some wet tyres, who knows? So a bit of field spread, like we said. Maniac just behind Verks. Toddy's extended his gap out the front to 8 seconds plus. Just getting a little bit more and more lap by lap. So touch wood, nice and comfortable for him as Ghost Rider picks up a pen. Let's check in with the penalty men. Maniac 3 seconds, Logan 6, Hendo, Protean and Ghost Rider all with 3 seconds each. Let's keep the tyres up so people can see. At least the engineers can see what's happening around them. This seems to be the battle that we've got going on. It is Botanical Bot on Scotty. What else have we got? We've got Hendo just looking up the clacker there of Nat Hammer. Nat is going to want to keep that position. Dropped 5 seconds behind Logan, who has a 6-second penalty and just fallen outside the 6 seconds now. As there we go, Hendo has a little bit of a look up the inside, gets the move done very nicely, but side by side, it's going to be Nat Hammer's not going to give it up, but now he has to fall in behind, and Hendo takes that position, relegates Nat Hammer into P10, Hendo into P9, albeit with a penalty himself. So these penalties could come into the calculation towards the end. We are 19 laps into this 31 lap race of the Singapore circuit. If we look up ahead again, Maniac in P3. Let's have a look. How's Botanical Bot going in his pursuit of Scotty? Scotty just under 8 seconds away from Zilla ahead of him. And I can tell you now, Scotty will want that P6 all to himself. He won't want Botanical Bot taking it off him. So how do these guys negotiate the next 12 laps on these intermediate tyres? You can see it's raining heavier. Actually, we might get on board now with... let's get on board with Botanical Bot. Actually, where is Botanical? Oh no, that's Scotty. F6, not number 6. There we go. So, yeah, we can see a few tyre marks being left in that wet track. And I think some RCMs are going to be sliding around left, right, centre now for the remaining 11 laps of this race. As Botanical Bot now just trying to see if he can make a move there on Scotty, and all this time Logan's just catching up now within 2.2 seconds of them ahead. Like we said, and you can see he's carrying a penalty, so he's going to want to not just pass them, but try and make up that 6-second penalty that he has. Good luck to him doing that, as we can see the gap out ahead. Verks 10 seconds behind Toddy, so hey, Toddy's bottled them from better positions than this before, so it'll be good for the laughs, not for Toddy. What else have we got here? All right, let's see how Lorenzbro's checked in now with Nat Hammer. The ex-teammates from the Red Bull garage have been split up. Nat Hammer staying with Red Bull. Oh, what's happened here? You can see a little bit of movement ahead. Verks must have had a bit of an issue. He's now dropped 2 spots into P4. Maniac has now taken P2, and it'll be on him to try and break that 3-second gap to Simo just behind. So a little bit of an issue there for Maniac. For Verks. So he must have had a little bit of a problem, because he was keeping him behind. And now he's not. Alrighty. My mouse is dead. I can't move anything. Alright, so. Alrighty, that's better. So Maniac P2, not with, what do we got, 9 laps to go. Can't see making up the nearly 13-second gap, but what he will be trying to do is break the 3 seconds to Simo just behind him. Verks had a bit of an issue. I'd love to check in with him to find out what happened on lap 20 or 21, I think it was. A little bit of an issue for him, dropping down into P4. Might be P3 if it stays as it is, but these three, Maniac, Simo and Verk, will be jostling, 3 of them jostling for 2 podium positions, as Toddy seems to have checked out. He can do a couple of 360s ahead, and still end up in the lead. Botanical Bot, let's go to him. Let's see how he's going. Botanical Bot in P7 still hasn't been able to jump Scotty. And Logan has definitely joined the party. Oh, let's get on board with Logan because I reckon he's going to be a little bit aggressive here, which we'd love to see in the rain as this track is just getting wetter and wetter. And there's more to come as we have a yellow flag. What's the yellow flag for? Is that a safety car? Is that what I see there? Or is that someone who keeps... No, I think it's a safety car. I'm not tripping. Car that's binned it there. I can't. There it is. It's just disappeared. We go green flag racing again. Gap to leader. This way. F1. Gap to leader. There you go. There is your gap to leader, Sebi. Let's bring the tyres back up. Not that it matters. We're all on inters as Logan does get the move done. On Hendo, Botanical Bot has dropped out. Oh, Botanical Bot's into the pits. Okay, so this is interesting. Alrighty, so Botanical Bot going for hopefully a fresh set of tyres. Doesn't seem to be a wing change, definitely not. So the Bot has come in for a fresh set of tyres. And my timing screen's telling me there's been collisions left, right and centre, so let's see. Collision between Maniac and the Aston Martin, and that would be Simo. So hopefully no issues there. These three, like I said, battling for the final podium position. Sebi's doing his maths, trying to work out how he can keep his driver on the podium. I can tell you how, Sebi. Go faster. Go faster. That's what he needs to do. Don't bin it. No more penalties. That's it. 3 simple tasks. And I reckon we just keep an eye on Botanical Bot. He's just over a minute off the pace, from the leader at least, but he was battling away there just behind Scotty. So, what is it? Just on 25 seconds? Can he make that time up in the last 7 laps? 7:14.21, 3 and a bit seconds a lap. This would be interesting. Let's have a look. What sort of time is Scotty doing right now as he comes through sector number 3? Keep an eye on the timing tower there. Scotty sets a 1 minute 50.5. And we're going to watch Botanical Bot. A 50.5. Oh, it's going to be his next lap. This is just his out lap, so we'll check back in on that one. There we go. Botanical Bot. Let's have a look. First sector, sector 2. Then he's just coming. No, he's through sector 1 now. Everyone's doing 31s and 32s. Let's see what sort of a time Botanical Bot does in sector 1 on his first lap on fresh intermediate tyres. Just for comparison, Toddy did a 32.0 last time round. The fastest I think was P5. Who's that? Zilla with a 31.8 and 31.4. So purple goes Botanical Bot on a fresh set of intermediates. Just going to stay with Bot now for a little bit as he makes his way through sector number 2. Once again, the leaders, they went around, what was it, 78 seconds. So what's that, 1 minute 18? Let's see what sort of a time Botanical Bot is going to set as he crosses the sector 2. Anything quicker than an 18 means he's catching. Scotty did 78 seconds, yeah, another 1 minute 18. Botanical Bot will be setting a 1 minute 16. There you go. 2 seconds a lap. Is it going to be enough for him to catch up? I am not too sure. But he is the fastest man out on track right now. I'm going to get rid of this. There you go. And we're back with our top three. Maniac holding off Simo, who's holding off Verks. Fastest lap currently being held by our race leaders. Botanical Bot pushing hard, picks up a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately for him, the gamble hasn't paid off. The fastest lap so far, 32.730, currently held by our race leader in Toddy. So the battle is well and truly on for the final two podium positions. Currently, it is advantage Simo and Verks. But there are still 6 laps to go at the end of this one. Suts out. Let's check in with Hendo now on the back of Scotty. There you go, just having a look up the inside, tries to get side by side. Scotty comes across, just moves and squeezes him. Not quite into the wall, but almost, and Scotty keeps the position. Uber defensive driving there from Scotty, keeping Hendo behind. Hendo's going to have a little bit of another look. Is he or is he not? No, he doesn't. He just chucks in, and we'll see how they go through this. The remainder of this final sector as they come across the line and begin the 27th lap. It will be lap 27. Scotty just moves across to the side, trying to keep those tyres a little bit cool on the wet stuff. Just right on board with the very aggressive Hendo. We do have a yellow flag. Who's that? That looks like it's the Haas of someone. Might be Botanical Bot or Cashbash. I think it's Botanical Bot. Lorenzbro picking up a 3-second penalty. Sebi might be jumping for joy a little bit. Sorry, Sebi. We'll just stay with Hendo. Just has a bit of a look up the outside. Can't get the job done there. Yellow flags going off left, right instead of Bevo picking up a 3-second penalty. Hendo very aggressive on Scotty. Looking left, looking right, looking all the way around. Can he get the move done? Gives him a little bit of a tap up the arse. A little bit of impatience being shown by Hendo, but he really wants to get the move done ahead of Scotty. Not just get past him, but then try and get 3 seconds ahead of him as they make their way through. And we can see Maniac now has dropped into P4 if you look at the timing tower there. Simo and Verks holding those top, well, second and third positions. So favourites now for the podium. Just going to stay with Hendo a little bit longer. Another little bit of a tap he gives Scotty. Almost a push to pass type going on. Hendo, aggressive as you like. Can't go through him, mate. You're going to have to go around him. Too high to get over. Yeah, too low to get under. Yeah. This is fantastic stuff. The racing is rubbing, and there's a little bit of rubbing going on, as we can see Hendo now having a bit of a look up the outside there. Scotty with defensive driving 101 covers the inside, parks it on the apex there, gets a little bit slidey on the exit, as does Hendo. This is great stuff, but Hendo does have the run on him, and he does eventually get the move done. And Hendo now, oh no, side by side, they're not, hang on, what's happened there? Oh, I picked the wrong bloody driver, didn't I? So Scotty still kept it from Hendo. These guys having a bit of a battle royale there as Logan picks up yet another pen. Nat Hammer jumping for joy. 8 seconds behind. I'm pretty sure Logan's got 9 seconds of pens. He does. So it's up to Nat Hammer to try and stick with him a little bit. As we've got the battle of all battles going on here for P7, Hendo, for P6, sorry, Hendo and Scotty. And look who's joined the party. It's Logan, the disruptor, once again. Botanical bot. Oh no, 10-second penalty for the bot speeding in the pit lane. That is very unfortunate. Hopefully it's not followed by a retirement. It isn't, thankfully. Bot goes on, hopefully gets some points as well. But this is the battle. This is where it's at for now. The big fight for P6. We will check in with these guys in a while. This is the only battle going on in all honesty. We've got Protean on the back of Nat Hammer as well, but this is where it's at. Logan and Hendo hunting down Scotty. We saw some super aggressive driving there from Hendo. Is he going to go some more? Let's have a look. We'll get on board with him once more. Is this the exit that he got out of, what's that, turn 1? Out of turn 3. It was fantastic before, and can he do it again? Oh, gets a little bit slip-slidey. Oh, can't get on the power as early as he did on the previous lap. We'll just need to tuck in a little bit. Oh, there's another bit of a little tap. So, tell you what, that carbon fibre better be strong on Hendo's front wing. It's got to be just as strong on Scotty's rear wing, because they've given each other a bit of a kissy. Oh, up the inside comes Logan on Hendo. Caught him a bit sleeping. Bit of a tile hook as Hendo and Logan managed to get through just nicely. And again, Logan just sits in behind, and that battling is just giving Scotty a little bit of breathing room as he tries to drive off into the distance a little bit. There's Nat Hammer now dropping down a couple of positions. What's happened to Nat? Been taken by Protean and Cash Mash. We'll just go out ahead now, so it's going to be Verks on Simo. Maniac's just dropped off a little bit, and the problem is with Maniac, that 3-second penalty's put him right within the clutches of Zilla in P5. Zilla will know that, so he's going to want to try and keep that within 3 seconds to get his P4, elevate himself one more spot. So just starting to spread out a little bit there. Let's get back to the battle for 6th. This is where it's at. Scotty with a defensive masterclass from Hendo. Logan just sitting behind it a little bit now, maybe just trying to build up a little bit of battery for a last couple of lap dash. It's Botanical Bot, who's come onto the wet tyres, very interestingly. So let's have a look. What's his sector times? 32.2 in that first sector. Still, yeah, just behind what the Inters are doing at 15 laps old. So maybe it's not time for the wets. The Inters seem to be the quicker tyre. We'll just follow these guys through a little bit more. Hendo from Logan, both chasing Scotty. I reckon he'll be absolutely sweating them right now. Scotty trying to hold these guys off. Making for some absolutely fantastic racing. Let's get back up to the top now, because this is for P2. As they begin the penultimate lap. Verks 7/10 of a second behind Simo. It is now toddy time. Any time between now and the checkered flag, he's got a lap and 3/4 to bin it. Hopefully he doesn't. But fuck, I'd laugh if he does. As we all will, I reckon. Sorry, Toddy. So we'll come back to Toddy in a bit. But for now, the battle is for P3. For the podium positions. And it looks like Simo's just got a little bit too much over Verk, but who knows what the guys are doing in regards to conserving battery. Trying to jostle, get themselves set up for an assault on the last lap. But for now, Verk's just a second behind. You can see Scotty. Oh, what's happening? Oh, sorry. I thought Hendo. I thought there's no pit lane there. Where's he going? He's not. It's Cash Mash now picks up a penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties as we go. 3 seconds for Maniac, 3 for Hendo, 9 seconds for Logan. Cash Mash with 3, Protean with 3. And Nat Hammer's done a fantastic job to be able to stay within them. Sebi, you do the sums yourself as to whether he's going to overtake Cashmash or not and pick up his P9. So again, Scotty with a defensive masterclass. We'll just stay with him a little bit longer. As Toddy now makes his way through sector number 1. This final lap. The battle's on behind, though, for the podium. Verks just trying to make some inroads. Oh, no. Oh, I've cursed him. I am so sorry, Verks. 3 seconds. Very unfortunate, but what does that mean? It means for Zilla. Zilla will be looking for a P4. Can't see Maniac catching up. I can't see... Oh. Maniac's going to need to get a scoot if he wants to keep P4. We go back to the front through sector 2. Toddy. Oh, we'll just have a look at this battle a little bit longer. It's going to be Scotty from Hendo from Logan. We will come back to that one in a second as we follow our way through. Actually, let's go back. We've still got a little bit more time for Toddy. He's just cruised it out for the majority, if not all, of this race. He's going to pick up the Grand Slam as well, I believe. Oh, a little bit of pressure there from Hendo. Scotty just putting his car in the right spot. We'll go back to the leader. There's Toddy now coming through the last sector. Under the bridge. Comes around the final turn. Does Toddy. And that is an absolutely dominant race. Toddy taking home the win. Let's check in with Scotty and the rest. Toddy with the win. Simo, a good second and a half on Verk. So Simo will bring home P2. Verk's P3. Maniac might not hold on to P4. He will not. Zilla picks up 4th. Maniac down into 5th. Scotty has held them off. And Scotty will take P6 with an absolute... Well, he's still got a bit to go. I just realised he's 37 seconds off P5 for now. But Botanical Bot with a 10-second penalty. Oh, yes, he keeps that one as the lapped car. Doesn't have to do another lap. He'd be wrapped with that. But it is Scotty, a second and a half ahead of Logan. Makes his way through the final couple of quarters. And finally he can relax because he's had 15 laps of a Mercedes right up his clacker. Hendo in 7th. Cashmash in 8th. Protein in 9th. Nat Hammer picks up a P10. Rounds out the top 10. Voider in 11th. Logan in 12th. Lorenzbro in 13th. Bevo in 14th. And Ghost Rider, although he'll be the last one to cross the line, he will not be designated last. Botanical Bot was the lapped car. And that is it. That is us. Toddy with the Grand Slam, picking up the fastest lap, picking up pole position, leading every single lap of this race. And he takes the trophy, holds it aloft, thumbs up, says, "This one's for the team." There you go. Who is our... Oh, communicating, thank you. Driver of the day by the game will go to Hendo. Most overtakes was Protein, but more importantly, this is your final positions. Toddy from Simo, from Verks, from Zilla. Maniac in the top 5. I need my pen. What do we got? Toddy, Simo, and Verks. We'll just go through. They are your final standings. Actually, I might just do that in case people want. Where do I need to go? F6. There we go. Just in case anyone wants the race director at the end, tell them Slammer sent ya. Jeepers creepers, that is a lot of. And there is your pit stops. One stop for most, I think. That is it. That's us. Done. Let's see if we can get some of the drivers into the chat. If I can get my mouse to work, because it hasn't worked pretty much the whole time. Where are we? Oh, that's me smashing my mouse. Let's get the lads in here. Who we got? Oh, here beeping. That's a good thing. Where are we? Well, I'm going to start dragging people in. Oh no, I'm going to go to them. Rather than get them in with me, I will come and join them. Hopefully the guys know where to come. We'll
Sounds
just
like a
wait.
plan.
Yeah, why not? Why not? My mouse is stuffed. It's giving me the shits. So
No good.
I thought it'd be easier if I just join you. Hopefully Verks joins us sooner rather than later. That would be nice.
I think he
We'll let you
had a bit of a
guys.
dummy spit, not getting P2, so I don't know.
No. Oh no. All right. Well, we'll give him 30 seconds or so. And if not, we'll just keep going as we're going. But let you guys just dry off a little bit because she was wet.
Oh,
There's no question
Jesus
about that.
Christ, it was.
There he is. Beautiful. All right, let's kick things off. Verks, we will start with you, my friend. P3. Happy or not happy, first and foremost?
I mean, P2 would have been better, but I guess I'll suck it up, P3.
Yeah, talk to me about the race, mate.
I mean, it was pretty good, I guess. I mean, obviously the rain wasn't that great, but I mean, I was actually doing pretty well until I locked up in that one corner and then let Simo and Maniac pass, and that sort of ruined the chances of everything. But I was just grateful that Maniac had that pen, but we just managed to gaff him in the end. So
yeah,
I'll take the P3 and I'll go lick my wounds later.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you. It looked like it was a little bit of a procession up the front there, but there was. I'm pretty sure it was far from it. You guys it's pretty hard to pass around here, isn't it? Especially in the wet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously no DRS and everyone's just braking early and try not to sort of ram each other. But I mean, unless someone has a really bad exit, you got no chance in the wet, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. Just reading, reading the chat. Oh, alrighty. I did see quite a few people bumping into each other, and I didn't see too many. Like normally, there's carbon fibre flying all over the place at this joint. I saw a lot of, let's say, push to pass a little bit lower in the field, and I've got a feeling a message I just read in the chat from you, our race winner, Toddy, might have had something to do with that. No damage, is that right?
Yep.
Oh shit! All right,
Yep.
I'm going to leave that. I'm not even going to expand on it. I'm going to talk about the race itself.
I gave it a personal test in qualifying.
Leave it. Let it be. I haven't got the calendar in front of me, Verks. What's the next? Where are we racing next?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you.
Oh, I can press a button.
We are at Baku next time. Apparently.
Well, you won't be seeing me on the grid again, so maybe I'll be back in the comms box next week. Fuck that place. Let's just categorically say, have you done much racing around Baku, mate?
I mean, on the previous games, I actually quite liked it, but I haven't touched it this game, so we'll wait and see. I'm no line this game, so I'll probably hate it, to be honest.
No line. Are you practicing for something, mate? Preparing for something,
Uh,
maybe?
I'm just sick of being bullied by Simo.
Ah, very good. All right. Well, it looks like he's got one up on you again tonight, mate. But yeah,
He always does, the bastard.
we'll. All right. Well, let's hear what he's got to say. Well done, mate. Good podium for you tonight. Great
Cheers,
stuff.
Slingers.
Thanks, mate. Well, let's bring him in. Simo, Mr. One-upsmanship on Verks. P2 for you tonight. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun race actually. It was
Yeah.
nice once I got the clean air. I was actually having a bit of fun and almost lost it a few times, but no, it was good.
Again, same thing that I said to Verks before. I'll apply it to you as well. How did you find trying to make some moves in the wet with, well, dirty air, wetness, no DRS, relying on battery and other people's stuff ups?
The dirty air I think was the one. Every time you sort of got a run, all of a sudden your car was sideways. So it was a bit interesting on a fair few occasions. But I managed to get a couple though, which was quite nice. So
Yeah.
I'll take that because yeah, you don't normally get many in the wet.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Especially around this place, it's hard enough in the dry, let alone in the wet. And then, obviously, if you've got front wings made of titanium that won't fall off, then you don't need to be scared. Just go, no problem.
Yes. See, I didn't actually notice that until I think Zilla actually ran into the wall, and he's like, "How did I not lose a front wing?" I'm like, oh. He hit it pretty hard, and it's like, I don't know. And then I hit it entering the pit, and I'm like, I didn't get anything there. So that's when we started having some suspicions in the party. Then going, I don't think there's any damage on.
All right. Well, okay. Well, that could have been fun then. In the wet, no damage. Singapore, wall ride
Yeah,
central.
Oh, there could have been a fair. There's not many corners we actually could do it properly, though, is there? Really?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They are a little bit off, so yeah, it's not.
You could definitely have a few to help you on the exits of a few corners, though. Especially after what would it be? Turn 4 going into that DRS straight? That would have been very nice just to whack into that.
Yeah, full force. Happy days.
Unfortunately, didn't know.
Yeah, no. We do it fairly, mate. We do it fairly, and you did very fairly. P2 for you. Fantastic work, mate. Great racing from you. Very well managed race. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's bring in our Grand Slam Toddy man. Picking up the whole lot, the kit and caboodle, pole position, fastest lap, race win, led every lap. What else is there? The only thing we're waiting for, Toddy, is for you to bin it in the last couple of laps, but that wasn't happening based on what I read in the chat. So talk to me about the race, mate. Just too quick.
I mean, yeah, I got pretty lucky, I think.
I listened to the modesty.
The right people were in second, I think. Because I don't remember what lap Simo got past Maniac, but he closed the gap from like 19 seconds to 12.
All right.
So he was definitely the quicker driver in clean air. I just got very lucky he wasn't the one behind me the whole race, otherwise I don't think I could have won the way I did. But rain can go fuck. Apologies for my language, but the rain can go fuck itself, because that was shit. I know I seemed quick, and it seemed like I was enjoying it. I didn't at all. I hated it. I was making so many mistakes, hitting too many apex, like roading over curbs, hitting walls. That's kind of why I knew there was no damage.
All right, well, a 12.5-second gap to P2 behind you, mate, tells me otherwise. It tells me that you were, you actually seemed to manage it all right. You ended up with the fastest lap as well, so that also tells me you seemed to manage it all right.
The dry was feeling really good.
Yeah.
Obviously I had a dry setup on, so. But yeah, in the dry it always felt good, and Singapore is my favorite street circuit, so.
Oh, well, happy days for you.
But now we're going to Baku. Probably just going to bin it into the castle section. Probably say I'm stupid a lot.
Hopefully the damage is on and we can all watch it.
Yeah, hopefully we remember to turn damage on, but I didn't really have to experience getting bumped because of it, but yeah.
You didn't really have too many people around you tonight, mate, so there wasn't too much issue with, I suppose, other cars. It was just issue with.
I will say qualifying, I don't know how I got pole. I mean, I only got it by, what was the gap, like 0.0010? Like,
well, faster than the next person, mate. That's enough, right?
Yeah. Also, Hendo being super unlucky and validating his final flyer. You know, he was never really up there. We couldn't get up there. I reckon he would have had a good go at me, so. It's more just the right people being at the wrong people being in the wrong spots at the wrong time. Or the right people.
The right people being in the right spot at the right time for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the right
Right.
people
Well,
being at the right spots. That helped me.
well, that's that,
So we'll see how. Oh, wait, we have a break week, don't we? Not next week. We'll see how the week after goes. So
oh, it is a break week, is it? I didn't know that. Well, there you
I
go.
think so. I think I
Well,
checked the calendar. Hang on.
you extend your while you're checking that for us, mate. You're extending your championship lead over Simo and Hendo. You pick up
Yep.
your 5th race win out of 8.
One of those I definitely should have gotten last week. I don't know if I deserved last week. I think Simo deserved last week, but safety car helped me. But
Still
whatever.
says 5 of 8 to me, mate. That sounds like a domination.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it's time for
But
promotion, but anyway, we'll leave that one. Won't say anything. Congratulations on the win, mate. Off to Baku next week. You told me how much you hate it, so I'm going to look forward to watching it from the outside. Good stuff. Well done.
I'm putting money if I hit the wall. $20. Go on, saying it now. $20 if I hit the wall on DNF.
Who's the $20 going to?
Mash.
All right, there you go, Mash. You listening? $20 for you when
Yeah,
Toddy
Smash,
bins
I'll,
it.
I'll help him into it.
That's gold. I love it. All right, time for some deals, ladies and gents, drivers. Maybe I will maybe I will jump in the cockpit for next week, and maybe we can go thirds. I'll take some of that $6.66. Thing is, I've got to get somewhere close to you, Toddy, and there's not much hope of that. Anyway, we'll see that next round. That will be us in Baku. Sorry, did you say it is next week or in 2 weeks' time?
It's in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time. There you
We
go.
got break week.
Yep, break week for the guys here. Don't go too far away, though, because tomorrow night it is T3 around Singapore. Let's see what the weather gods bring in for us for that one. Tune in tomorrow night, 7:30. Should be some fun. Big thank you to everyone out there in Chatland for keeping me company tonight. Batman, especially yourself. Sebi, doing some engineering while asking for stuff. And good to see Impulse out there in Chatland as well. Slammer here, saying good night. Congratulations to our podium. Congratulations to all finishers. And we'll catch you tomorrow night. Good night.